Teams participating in the Volvo World Ocean Race are now sailing towards Brazil via the Southern Ocean on the Drake Passage, a relatively narrow stretch of turbulent and windy water separating South America and the Antarctic Peninsula. Voice of America's Carolyn catches us up on the race prior to the team's arrival in New Zealand.
Organizers delayed the start of Leg 4 of the Volvo Ocean Race due to tropical monsoons in the South China Sea. The race from Sanyo, China to Auckland, New Zealand, over 5,000 nautical miles, got underway on Sunday, February 19th. The fleet started slowly in the shadow of Sanya's towering mountains as they raced due east against a near 22-knot breeze, heading for a northern crossing of the Luzon Strait to exit the South China Sea. Hours later, seasickness, powerful winds whipping up waves as high as 5 meters made life difficult for all 6 teams. Conditions on board were brutal as the crews struggled to rein in their Volvo Open 70s to avoid crash landings off the backs of monster storm waves. The fleet traveled within miles of each other. The teams faced horrible fire hose conditions, a dangerous mixture of strong current, extreme wind, and powerful waves. Then the Puma team made a strategic decision to head north to avoid glass seas, even though it required sailing an extra 400 miles.
Perfect conditions for yachting. Probably 20 knots of wind speed. It's reaching along here about 102 wind angle. Seaway hasn't particularly built much, so it's pretty easy to push the boat hard. Having a really good time at the moment.
Adding to the drama, Team Groupama discovered they were taking on water.
Discovered that we had a lot of water in the boat, and more water was coming in. Then we managed to find a leak, and now we've hopefully solved the problem.
By day 20 of the race, the 6-boat fleet had taken a severe pounding with fierce headwinds and strong currents combining to stir up high seas on the approach to the northern tip of New Zealand. In the final stages of Leg 4, and despite a leak, Groupama was first to round the North Cape of New Zealand with a commanding lead of 110 nautical miles over the rest of the fleet. The team sailed into Auckland Harbour under the cover of darkness and were welcomed by a crowd of fans.
Yeah, for sure. There is two things. It's the first win for the Team Groupama in the Volvo Ocean Race, and it's a win in Auckland. Auckland and New Zealand is a special country with a lot of fans of sailors. So it's a great day for us for sure, and we prefer to win here.
While the French team celebrated their victory, the rest of the fleet battled for second place. At dawn, Puma seized the advantage and gained a few miles over Telefonica and Camper. The Spanish boat, Telefonica, held a small lead over Camper, but with a crew comprised of Kiwis, Camper kept up the fight. Abu Dhabi was in 4th place with Sanya chasing them down.
Well, we're in the last throes of this leg, so we've got about 50 miles to go. We've got Sanya hammering in behind us in more wind. We could see them about 20 minutes ago. We just lost them in a cloud. And Camper we've been gaining on out here, so everything's set up for a grandstand finish.
After 3 weeks of racing, over 5,000 nautical miles, it came down to the wire. Puma's strategy to sail north had paid off. They sailed into port second with a margin of 50 minutes ahead of Telefonica. After suffering a broken mast in Leg 1, coming in second runner-up marked a great comeback.
This has been by far our best leg. Obviously the results show that, but I think the last 72 hours is the best that this team has sailed.
Telefonica versus Camper was a battle royale right along the coast from North Cape. Only a few seconds separated them as they entered the harbor, but Telefonica withstood the pressure and secured the 3rd place. Camper, fighting until the end, crossed the finish line a mere 93 seconds behind Telefonica.
That was very close. Looks like we don't have any finish line relaxed, not for us. It's always very tight, so it is normal.
30 minutes later, Abu Dhabi sailed in ahead of Team Sanya into 5th place. After 3 weeks at sea, some very exhausted crews celebrated their arrival in Auckland. Telefonica still leads the overall race, with Groupama taking over second place from Camper, now in third, and Puma fourth. During the difficult 6,700 nautical mile voyage to Brazil, the fleet is likely to face treacherous 12-meter waves and winds up to 60 knots. Carolyn Turner, VOA News.